Hi, it's Supermoon Tarot here, back at it again with another pick a card. Today we are going to be answering the question, should you or shouldn't you? Now, this is a very general reading, so this could be a big question you're mulling over that involves a relationship, romantic, friendship, family. This could be a big decision. We're just going to be going over if it's a good idea or not. And if it's not, is it just straight up not the right time, or the ramifications? If it is, does it have like this greater purpose and meaning with life, or is it just like it's whatever, just go for it? You should, why not, kind of answer. Now, just a quick reminder that you guys should click that like button wherever it is. It keeps changing every couple months. It helps out like you would not believe, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But also I wanted to give you guys a reminder that the giveaway is still going on. All you have to do is go to the video, Meet Someone New Soon, that I have on this channel. Leave a comment, make sure you're a subscriber, and I will be picking a winner soon enough. But pick the group that you resonate with most. We've got group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Give you a moment to decide. And now, once you've picked the group you resonate with most, go down to the description and there's a timestamp for that group. Now let's get started with group number 1. Group number 1, let's answer the question, should you or shouldn't you? Your oracle card is Home in Reverse. Are you not feeling safe right now? Huh. Okay, well, let's look more into this. Temperance card upright. Hanged Man in reverse. Knight of Pentacles upright. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. 10 of Wands in reverse. Oh, okay. That's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, it looks like this has been an issue for a while. You are very aware of it, and you have been kind of on the fence of whether or not to make this decision, which is obvious. That's why you came to this reading. But the that gets repeated again with the Hanged Man in reverse, talking about that sense of indecision and also coming off the fence with a decision being made. Now, when I saw the home card, this talks about not feeling at home, a lack of security. And I was worried and concerned that it was you were going through some sort of anxiety or something like that. But with the Temperance card popping up here, no, you're fine. You have got a good head on your shoulders. You're at a point in your life where you know what to do and can make those decisions and are not afraid to make those decisions to better yourself. You can take good care of yourself. You're responsible. And you're just general, like the practical decisions you make in life, as well as your spirituality and like your inner glow and sparkle and the thing that makes you you and gives you your own personal, like an indescribable, intangible way of describing personal power. You're totally good. You're totally balanced and aligned. But you were aware of this problem and how it could affect you, not feeling like you have somewhere to decompress and chill out and feel good, and how it can affect you. So you've been kind of trying to decide, like, what can I do to get that back? So the home card, oracle card in reverse, talks, like I said, not feeling safe at home. Now, home can be anything. It can be an actual home, but when I look over here, this makes me feel like it's a work type situation, especially with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So it looks like, we often spend enough time at a job that it becomes like our second home. So when you don't like your job, oh man, that's a big deal for most of us. So this card usually asks us to ask ourselves the tough questions like, well, what's making you afraid? What's making you uncomfortable? And often it's coming from a perspective of saying, well, are you not feeling good and feeling like yourself because you need to work on yourself in some way, or your trust issues, or da-da-da-da. But no, you're fine. You're good to go. Especially, like I said, when I see these two, it looks like you're good but you're being affected by outside sources. So let's go over to those outside sources and what's kind of taking away your special space, that mental part of you spend a majority of the day to feel like you can decompress, be yourself, and not feel like it's being taken away from you. So there looks like there's some sort of problem at work with coworkers. This is definitely a smaller, less important powered people. They might even try to make you, like, gang up on you and make you think that they have more power than they do. But something's just not clicking and aligning. And this is not the Three of Cups in reverse situation, which would describe somebody who is like shallow. And often I find that card represents people who present themselves as your friends, but kind of have ulterior motives and are not as honest or have your back as much as they say they do. You can feel the disharmony. They know they don't like you. You know you don't like them. Something's just not working. It's not the environment you want to be in. And unfortunately, it looks like it's carrying over into the day-to-day grind. This is the part of you where you just, every job you've got to do a bunch of boring, smaller tasks, and it's a lot of steadiness and hard work that's building up to paychecks that build to a larger sum of money that give you the freedom that you want, and that's definitely that feeling of home popping in, that sense of you can do whatever you want. And that they are negatively influencing you to feel like, oh, I can't. You're starting to feel bogged down and slowed down. Instead of the clock passing by really quickly and you're getting lost in all your work and whatever, you just kind of dread each individual task because they're making it seem more weighted and slower paced with their negative attitude and both of you having this awareness that you don't click and get along. I can see it's starting to just make you in general feel like, I don't know if I want to be at this place anymore. But for you to be hesitant, there must be some sort of risk involved, especially when the home card's popping up. This must be a job that you care about enough that you wouldn't want to leave it lightly. That this is not something you would want to walk away from easily. It might have been even the very thing that helped you initially get your balance, make you feel freedom, make you feel like aligned and everything like that. But either way, like I said, we talked about indecision of whether or not to leave this environment or not. But I see you coming off the fence. Like, this is going to happen anyways. Like you're making this decision and soon with the Hangman reverse. This talks about finally being like, you know what? I have a different perspective on the matter. I'm realizing, if I'm viewing this place as my day-to-day, it doesn't matter how much I previously liked the job or what jerks these little guys are. This kind of just isn't worth it for me anymore. I think I should, get away from this environment and find a different place. Now, I do see now, like I said, I don't know how to say should or shouldn't because I don't know how you're asking the question, but I see a sense of leaving this type of thing behind and a lot of this burden that it's becoming released. There's a sense of tension being released. You also are leaving it not feeling regretful that you missed an opportunity or was this the bad decision. You just realized, what am I doing? I'm a smart person. I know how to take care of myself. Why am I putting myself through that? So like I said, you can view it in a different way than purely the ramifications of if leaving this situation or not, if that makes sense. So it looks like you should get away from the situation. You're going to be happier for it. And you're going to have a sense of closure, being like, you know what? I made the right decision. This is the bigger picture going on. And I'm no longer going to be bogged down by them pulling me into a more tunnel vision of what I don't like. And I'm going to see the bigger picture of it all. And you can just keep being your happy, glowy self and get your sense of home and security back, which is really great and awesome. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. Just click that like button. Where is it? Click it. I'll go here. Click there. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Have a beautiful day. I will see you in the next one. Let's get ready for group number 2. Group number 2. Let's answer the question, should you or shouldn't you? Your oracle card is Talisman Upright. Always a great sign. Judgment Upright. Also awesome. Ooh, 7 of Swords upright. Oh, 10 of Cups in reverse. We got a relationship thing going on here. King of Pentacles upright. Oh my gosh, and the sun. Okay. Oh, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. I know exactly what's going on here. Okay, so talisman. Talisman is basically saying that you've experienced some things in your life and you have learned from them. You're no longer making the same mistakes you do over and over and over again. And there's like, this is kind of like Spirit's way, not so much Spirit's influence, but Spirit's loving way of going, you've got it, girl slash boy, because I don't know who's watching this. You've got it, girl slash boy. You know what to do as you move forward, and you are moving forward on your journey. That when there's trouble, there's something going wrong, you will be able to hop over that pothole. You will be able to not have to even deal with it because you'll be able to identify it and know how to avoid it. But this is also a sign to me that there are problems. There is something going wrong. This gets repeated again in the Seven of Swords upright and the 10 of Cups in reverse. So something significant I want to point out is judgment. Judgment in this case is like pretty darn magical. There is something to do with your inner purpose. This is this sense of absolution, this end result, this feeling completely whole and following your destiny. There's like an end point here, a sense of conclusion, which is really beautiful. And you're kind of being prevented. Think of the Seven of Swords as being the wall between you getting to receive this, you know how to get there. And this is really beautiful too, because I often get the Star card, which is all about like a path, a journey, you're on the path. It looks like this sense of feeling whole and having everything you want, which we'll talk about over here, is like right there, but you're being prevented. Now, I do think that this points to a relationship type spread, like romantic, but again, this is a general reading, so this could be friendship. Somebody's just popping up, because I see in the 10 of Cups in reverse, this is a sense of misalignment. Maybe you're not getting along well with your family at the moment. Maybe this is a loved one. Either way, this is where, now this could go either way. So the Seven of Swords traditionally talks about the idea of like secrets, and they're keeping information from you, and that could be the case. But either way, to me, this is a sense of isolation. And it's like pretend you and this other person, you and this group of people, whatever, are the swords. And they are fully aware of what you are capable of achieving. And I kind of almost get a sense of jealousy. And they don't, in keeping you away from this, right? They don't want to feel alone. They want to make you feel like it's not about they don't want you to receive this. They're afraid that if you receive this, they won't be a part of the picture. But like the swords and you being represented by the swords, as they are isolating you from where your true potential, they in turn are seeing you as like an inanimate object. So they're kind of in turn still isolating themselves. They're not seeing you as a person. They're just more concerned with keeping you away. So that's the main thing, is I feel like they are this wall preventing and isolating you from their dream, and ironically and tragically isolating themselves by being so focused on your potential and keeping you away from it. Now, again, this is a very broad thing, and I'm not sure how to say should or shouldn't, because I don't know how you're propositioning the question. But I guess if the question is, should you be apart or, move on without them, kind of thing, I would advise yes, because once you're out of this picture, this is a different scenario. What does your absolution look like? Honey, it is really, 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 really good. King of Pentacles brings up this idea of security. So it often when we're in a 10 of Cups reverse situation, we don't feel secure. When we feel out of sync with the person we kind of consider, so to speak, home, it doesn't feel great. With the King of Pentacles, once you feel this, like you get to this sense of absolution, you are feeling secure, you're feeling great. This is also a great card of financial abundance, but this is somebody who is taking control of their life. So you feel like the main character in your own story. The Sun card is just nothing but positive vibes coming your way. As a translation, the Sun card's like positivity, optimism, just general feel-good happiness. So I see a lot of just general good things coming your way without this situation. So if you're bordering on the line, it seems like only good things on the other side. You have the capability, you have the intelligence, and so much potential, which is really beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed giving it. Please consider giving a like. Just click that button. It takes 2 seconds, but it helps out so much. Please consider subscribing. It helps out like you would not believe. Either way, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one, and let's get ready for group number, I think it's 3. I lose count. Bye. Group number 3. Let's answer the question, should you or shouldn't you? Let's look at your oracle card. Cleaning house upright. I love cleaning house. Totally helpful. You should probably go clean your room right now. No, I'm just kidding. We got the Hermit in reverse. Okay, these are quite an awesome pair. Oh, King of Cups in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. The Chariot in reverse? Damn. 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, I can give you a solid answer right now. This is like a hell no. This is like a hell no, you should not. Okay, so starting off, we have over here, these are kind of a combination. So we always know the Hermit is someone who's like, goes back into his little cave and is taking some time, sorry I just bumped the camera, taking some time to go over the information he or she, whoever you are watching this, has, and just kind of mulling over, very much looking internally inward of like, what should I do? You know what I mean? Contemplating. But contemplating over, looking over all the different outcomes and decisions and information at hand. Now, it looks like there's a bit of a cleaning house situation internally. So that just means kind of like you were really smart about how you were taking time to, you weren't just like obsessing over everything and repeating it over and over again. You looked at things and thought, well, if this means this, then that means that. And knowing when someone, what they said, especially when cleaning house comes up, this makes me aware that you were given a lot, especially when I see the rest of these cards, a lot of information that can distract you or sway your opinion, but it's all just like kind of a fanciful dance, a gesture type of situation. And you took some time to separate yourself from that and just kind of like cut out the fat, so to speak, of the bowl and what doesn't count for you. So you did a good job. That was all good to go. But now we've got the Hermit going, I know what to do. I'm going to go out there. And oh my God, you were onslaughted with a lot of not great stuff. Now, this is a combination of you are just not in your personal power enough, like grounding wise. It doesn't feel like you're ungrounded. I'm not trying to say that or imply that. I'm saying that what you have to deal with, oh my God, you'd have to be a mountain to not be affected or moved. So this is not what you're lacking, but what you have to deal with, so to speak. So we've got 9 of Cups. I kind of get the impression that you're being swayed and onslaughted by 2 different people specifically. But it looks like we've got one person that, this could be one person because this is a general reading, but I'm kind of picking up a vibe that it's like 2 specifically. So we've got one person who's extremely needy. The second you come out and you're like, I'm gonna do this, they just constantly need you to reassure them. They really are guilt tripping you. There's a lot of emotional weight being put on you and it needing to be repeated again and again and again and again. This is a lot of guilt. It feels very immature. They should, Spirit's telling me like they should know better. They should know better. You shouldn't have to deal with this. And I know the Knight and Page is more of a younger persona, but I just get this vibe that they're older than you. And that is why it's overwhelming, because it's overwhelming to see somebody a little bit older than you or a lot bit older than you take on this persona that it feels almost like you're taking care of them, so to speak. So that's one wall you have to deal with. One, you could think of it as spikes in the ground you have to jump over. Then we've got the mental thing going on with the second person. They are very smart and they know just the right buttons to not only push you and upset you, but they somehow trick you into thinking they know what to do. They know how to make you happy. Listen to me. After I insult you, you know I'm smart. Maybe I know where you'll be happiest. And there's a sense of control and just in general, a lot of bitterness and spitefulness. So this person's more onslaughting you with emotions, and this is like a mental game going on. So I can see over here the person who kind of takes the jabs mentally, or if this is one person, the mental side of them when they're pushing and jabbing you. Like I said, I just get such a strong two different person vibe because it just doesn't feel like they're harmoniously working together. It's like two different situations you're dealing with. I can see in the Chariot, they have a certain sway over you and they can move you in the direction that they want you to move. And this is not something, this is a sort of direction where you feel stagnant even though a different decision has been made. Think of it as like you wanted to move out of your childhood home and you moved into a different room, like the basement or wherever, or the attic, and go figure you're still living at home. They tricked you into thinking you're saving more money, but they also prevented you from being in a position where you could actually go out and experience the world. And so that's kind of the situation going on here. The big thing I see in the Nine of Cups is you will initially feel like, yeah, you know what, this is what I want. She in particular, or he, but I kind of get more of a she vibe, tricks you into thinking like, yep, this is what you want. Remember? Come on. I'm on your side. Good guy, bad guy type of routine. But ultimately, the Nine of Cups in reverse in this particular case talks about a sense of dissatisfaction. It's an awareness that over time, like, this isn't really what you wanted. You know, at first it will feel that way, and then quickly you'll be like, this feels off. Wait a minute, this isn't what I wanted. And you kind of unfortunately have to all this work you did after probably having to deal with this on a regular basis, you just went back to square one. So it just looks like you shouldn't have to deal with that right now. So I would say shouldn't. But like, you know, this is a general reading. So part of me feels like if you were going to, let's say this particular situation is it was about you moving out and maybe these are your parents or something like that. I don't know what age you are or what situation you're in, but I would suggest you shouldn't announce it because this entity, these people are affecting this outcome of vocalizing it. It doesn't mean you can't have this situation if you just go and do it. It's the announcing and having to deal with other people involved that affect this. You're making the right decision. You seem smart. You're ready. You know what to pay attention to and not pay attention to. But it's this influence that is why the answer is shouldn't. So I hope that feels like a complete whole answer to you. And I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Please leave a like. Just take a moment, click that button. It helps out like you would not believe. And consider subscribing. But either way, I hope you have a lovely day. I will see you in the next one. I can't wait. And let's get ready for group number 4. Group number 4. Let's answer the question, should you or shouldn't you? Your oracle card is Field of Dreams in reverse. Oh yeah, baby. Wheel of Fortune upright. Okay, 10 of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. 3 of Cups upright. King of Cups, who can get it, upright. And the Moon in reverse. Oh, wow. I love this one for you. Just give me a second to see if there's something narratively going on here. There's a little bit of something narrative here, but this is just like a lot of really positive omens, to be honest with you. So the answer is shouldn't. It's like a really, I'm so sorry, should do it. This is a solid, like, yeah, for sure, go do it. So one thing to note, I can tell where the hesitation comes in, when you're like being like, should or shouldn't I, is in the Field of Dreams in reverse. This talks about the idea of going to get the thing you want, but being aware that things, little minute details and distractions are but that. distractions. Don't make up a lot of excuses for yourself. Think of it as when somebody is like, I've heard multiple stories where like people who do writing as a job will be like, I decided to move to LA and I kind of had to just like pack up my bag and go and like figure it out when I was there, or just like take the risk, and they didn't worry about the details. That's what's being told here. It's like the details is what's going to become your excuses, and you don't need to do that, especially when we've got the Wheel of Fortune upright. This is a lot of just great luck, a lot of karmic luck, I might add, but this is like the idea that things are turning in your favor. This is an upward swing. Go with it. Hold on to the wheel and ride it all the way up to the top. It's really like just one of the ultimate, like if I could pull any card as a solid yes, it's the Wheel of Fortune upright. It's like, go for it. Everything's going on your side. Spirit, the universe, the chaos of luck. Go for it. Now, 10 of Wands in reverse is kind of interesting. So this is the idea of you, by making this decision, you're avoiding something else negatively. So in addition to it being like, yeah, this is the right decision, this decision not only positively affects you because it's what you want and you're going to benefit from it, but you're also avoiding, like if you didn't do it, it looks like something not great you wouldn't have wanted would have happened. And by making this decision, you're avoiding it essentially, which is really interesting and sort of ominous, but whatever, we'll go with it. Don't worry about the details. Just don't worry about that. Now this is just like a bunch of really positive omens that come with making this decision. I can see there's just like a lot of happiness, celebration. This can refer to just directly getting along with a good group of friends, and you're going to share some good times with them, and maybe you're going to meet some new people in this decision being made. But either way, just fun, festive times, lots of playfulness, lots of fun. But what's really beautiful is going on over here with the relationship of the King of Cups and the Moon card in reverse. In the Moon card in reverse, I can see you being your most authentic self. That idea gets repeated, but even more deepened with the King of Cups upright. This is somebody who is empowered by their vulnerability. They somehow do the impossible, which is finding a sense of grounding in their emotions by being so open. So this is somebody who's like, yeah, I cry. What of it? Like, I'm totally down with it. Or, yeah, that terrible thing happened to me. I totally own it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know when people say they can't hurt you anymore if you kind of put your humiliation or the thing you're worried about out on the line and kind of own it and be like, yep, this is what happened. Now you can't talk about it anymore because I called it out first kind of situation. But obviously this is not referring to something bad happened to you. It's just a lot of like positivity and emotional go with the flow and emotional strength through vulnerability and being your true authentic self and fun times and luck and dreams happening, and on a benefit, you avoid something else bad. So like I said, nothing but just, yep, A-okay, go for it. So I'm really happy I could deliver that message for you. If you enjoyed hearing this reading as much as I enjoyed delivering it, please click that like button. It helps out like you would not believe. Go just click it. Takes 2 seconds. Boop, boop, boop. And consider subscribing. It helps out. Again, like you won't believe. Oh my God, how many times can I repeat that? Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.